YouTube. What's going on, guys? We are back again with the match preview for Tottenham Hotspurs versus Liverpool FC. Right, Liverpool, we don't need to say the FC. Liverpool. This is going to be a firecracker of a game. It's going to be end to end. I think it's going to be 2+ goals either team. You know, I've been doing these match previews, right? And I've not even done a score prediction. How awful of me. Seriously, how am I not doing a match prediction? It's ridiculous. I would do one for the first time. Well, I would do one at the end of this preview after we run through the teams, etc., etc. So, hopefully I don't forget, slip my mind. But yeah, let's talk about Liverpool versus Tottenham, or Tottenham versus Liverpool, you could say. Right, let me just reorganize. Ooh, interesting. Right. So first and foremost, we are gonna start with we'll put all these up for the moment. Klopp subs, injury list. And then we're going to put in all the players. This time we are putting all the players in a little bunch. As you can see, all the players appearing now. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Nunez, Salah, Harvey Elliott, Endo, Gravenberch, Quansah, Gakpo, Jota, Tsimikas, Trent, Matip, Kelleher, Doak, Bajcetic. I think that might be it. Thiago. We'll just move Thiago down here. He's pretty injured anyway, so he will be just going on the injury bench. So we'll put him there. Was anybody else? Yeah. Cool. All right. So, what? Right. Interesting. Right. What we're gonna do is, first of all, we're gonna run through my kind of starting lineup, and then probably what I think Klopp is going to go with. So my starting lineup, obviously, I think for Klopp's starting lineup as well, it's going to be Alisson in goal. Right, I'm going to go with left back, obviously. Where is he? Where is Robertson? Robertson, there he is. Oh shit. There we go. Robertson, left back, and then centre back, Van Dijk. Do we go Van Dijk? Then the problem now is who partners Van Dijk? It's got to be Konate, right? I think Matip is a good shout, and I was even thinking Matip and Konate, but I just think that for balance, left side of the centre-back position, right side of the centre-back position, I think this is a good balance. Matip likes to play in Konate's position, so he'll have to play. So usually it's Gomez and then Konate, or Gomez and Matip, or Konate and Konate and Quansah or Matip. You don't really get Quansah and Virgil because Quansah plays the left side of the centre-back position. Excuse all the noise and the motorbikes outside. So I think this is going to be, the central pairing at the back. Then our right back situation, I do not think it's going to be Trent. I just don't think so. I think it's going to be Gomez. Just because of the whole Son effect, and I think Pedro Porro or Udogie down the left. It will be a doggy and Perez down the right. And then obviously if you got Son in this area, Konate and Gomez are more than capable of dealing with that threat. 1 second. Just have to close my goddamn window because there's just far too many cars going past playing ridiculous music, and I don't want it, recording. So we're trying to steer clear of that. So yes, Gomez at right back, and in the centre of midfield, I think McAllister is going to play there, and I said this in a few previews ago. I said it wouldn't surprise me if you don't need a specific DM. You can rotate across your mid. You can rotate your midfielders across. As midfielders, a lot of them have got experience in playing that DM role. They may not prefer it and they may not be specialized, but I myself, I'm not comparing myself to any of these guys, obviously. But I played in like a defensive midfield position. I played on the left and I played on the right. It's just you just move differently and act differently depending on the position you're in. And I think McAllister is more than capable of playing that position. I just think that obviously Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones just also help him out in that position and sometimes take the mantle off of him, and help defend. You defend as a 3-man unit, you attack as a 3-man unit. So I don't think there's any real issue with all of them kind of doing each other's jobs and moving around that defensive that DM role. Switching maybe, because sometimes we've seen Szoboszlai drop in there, McAllister push on, and Curtis has been there, but they just move it around between them, I think. So I do think Szoboszlai comes in. That makes perfect sense. Then I think Curtis Jones is going to also start here. Is Endo ready? I don't think he's ready yet. He had a fantastic performance against Leicester. He was really taking control of the game. The weird thing is, I do think Endo is. I actually think he's more suited to that position than McAllister. What I feel McAllister adds, though, is he's already up to speed with how the games work. He's played the biggest teams. He's played Tottenham before, Brighton. He knows how teams, he's just used to the way the football is played in the Premier League. Endo is still adapting. So once Endo adapts, I do think Endo will be better suited to this position. However, Klopp may fancy McAllister long term in this position. I'm not even joking. And yeah, of course, it leaves this position open for Jones to have a real good shot at, staking a claim to it. Although I feel like in this position here, he needs to operate a bit more like Szoboszlai. Obviously, they're different players, but I feel like he needs more goals in this game and needs to attack more and needs to shoot more. So you've got like a nice even side coming from the left and coming from the right. In an attack sense, both of them are fantastic at going backwards. Szoboszlai and Jones are very good at tracking back and working hard. Almost replicating that workhorse mentality. The funny thing is, I don't even think that has changed me personally. I still think these are workhorses. All I've said in previous videos about it is that they're just more technical, right? If Klopp didn't have to, Klopp had Henderson when he was there, and Henderson wasn't going anywhere, so he had to use Henderson to the best way he could, and so he used him in the best way he could. Ideally, what is obvious is that Klopp has gone out and bought a similar type of player to Henderson. Let's face it, he has build, stature. He's identified key aspects which are exactly the same as listen, 5 years time, Szoboszlai could potentially, be. It wouldn't surprise me if he became a captain. It's difficult because, yes, Trent is vice captain. Doesn't mean Trent is going to become the captain after Van VVD leaves. It's possible, but it's not, anything can happen. Anything can happen, But Szoboszlai in 3, 4, 5 years' time, he could be a captain. He is the captain material. He wears that number 8 shirt. He's leading by example. He could be Mr. Liverpool in the future. You just don't know. And even still, if Van Dijk leaves, then Trent is captain. you could argue that, then Szoboszlai might well be vice captain. But there's lots of even McAllister is captain quality. Robertson is captain quality. Konate, Van Dijk, even Jones recently, wore the captain's armband. Was it in the European game? I think it was, or was it? It might have been against Leicester actually. So we got captain's material, in lots of positions now. It's very, 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 very commendable. So yeah, those three to boss the middle, I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, I can see. This is actually looking probably like a Klopp team. What Klopp is going to pick, to be fair, I'll be honest. But hey, if we're picking the same team, it is what it is, right? Is what it is. And going forward, I think maybe this is where where it be a bit different. I think there'll be space in behind Tottenham. And I think their defense, I don't think they are completely settled yet. In defense, and I think we will press them to death. And we may leave ourselves open for that counter attack. But as we saw, Maddison being caught out, etc., 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 I think we have the players to really cause mistakes in their own box. If we can stop them from playing out into the midfield, then we could give them a really long. It could be a really long day against us for the Tottenham boys. So I'm gonna go with Nunez. Do you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna go with Nunez. I'm gonna go with Cody Gakpo. Since literally for the pressing hard work and sitting on Maddison. I think Cody Gakpo gets the nod. I think Nunez does come on, but I think in a more of a tired, I want to see a more tired state of Tottenham later on in the game. Hopefully we're still in it. By then we're not 3-0 down or 2-0 down or even 1-0 down. But yeah. Then obviously Mo Salah, obviously up against Udogie, and then Diaz up against Pedro Porro. So I think just the one change for me personally, that's Gakpo, Nunez, conundrum. Which one is gonna make the start? And I think personally, Klopp will go with Gakpo. He may go with Nunez from the start, and then just play in behind. The only thing is, I think that will leave Maddison quite open. Because Maddison will receive the ball in and around this area here, and I think Gakpo will look to shut that off and press with Salah pressing, and then you've got Jones with the pressing, and obviously Szoboszlai will definitely press, and even McAllister. Yeah. And what's good though is also, Gomez could even step in here and like do the whole inverted, and then we could drop to a back three. So you kind of, even when McAllister goes, you've kind of got, Gomez dropping in and creating another kind of DM, and then you've got Konate covering the player on this side, who's probably, I'm not really sure who. Son, what did they do? A 3-2-4-1, a 3-2-4-1, a 4-2-3-1 now. So they will have one between, Van Dijk. What I'm saying is, Konate can either go out to the right back area and cover that comfortably if, Gomez does go in field. Although when we've not got the ball, we don't really do the inverted thing. It's only when we have the ball. So if they're playing out from deep, we're probably not going to do the inverted thing. But what I'm saying is he can cover that space and come in. But yeah, that would be very interesting to see how that works. But I do think we will press them, and I think Gakpo, if we are going to press them and stop them from that area, I do think Gakpo is probably, it makes more sense in my opinion. If we're not going to do that, and we're going to just play them, and they're going to attack us, they're going to push forward, they're definitely going to have space in behind, and then I think obviously Nunez is, you're running in behind, he's going to cause all sorts of problems. But for me personally, I feel like Gakpo does start, so we will see. Substitute bench, obviously Calvin Kelleher. Uh, he is still injured. I think Kwanzaa makes the bench. I think Harvey makes the bench somewhere. Two players won't make it. Doak, I think, drops out the squad. You are still injured, Mr. Thiago. Trent here for the moment. Goalkeeper. Obviously, we need the backup goalie on the bench. It gets techie now. Where do we, Gravenberch? Woof, Gravenberch. What is it? It's 10. So it's what we allowed 9, aren't we? So what we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 of them are going to miss out. So 2 players from this lot here are going to miss out. That is huge. I don't even know what's going to happen. How are we doing this? Right. Oof. Who do we have to replace McAllister? What can we do? So Bozolai can drop in there. Endo is the man at the moment. What defenders have we got for cover? Tsimikas. We're going to move Harvey there. So Tsimikas and Kwanzaa have to be in the squad, I think, because Tsimikas, as I always say, is Robertson's instant cover. Kwanzaa is, centre back. I even think Matip, Kwanzaa, VVD's replacement. Matip will be Konate's. Benefit of Tsimikas will be Robertson's. Bajcetic, he needs to sit on the edge, I think, at the moment. He's probably one that is going to drop off. Trent will move Trent. Who we got? Ryan Gravenberch. He can also come on in midfield in any of those places. Again, I say I can't talk again. I reiterate this. I do think Gravenberch will be blooded primarily for the 6 at some point eventually once he's up to scratch. A bit like Endo. I think he's just being careful with him at the moment, and I think McAllister just playing in there does make sense. But I do think Gravenberch will be on the bench, and I think Jota's going to be on the bench as well for attacking options. What other attacking options do we have? Or midfield? We need another midfield option. So we've got, Nunez is going to be an attacking option, right? So another attacking option midfield is going to be Harvey Elliott, right? So have we got our 9? Are we saying Trent misses the game? Trent at right back misses the game? Or does Trent come in for Endo? I mean, what can we do, right? Let's just say, what do we do? If BVD gets injured, what are we doing? We bring in... Does Kwanzaa play ahead of Matip? I don't know if he does. But because Konate plays right back, right centre back, and Matip plays right centre back, does Kwanzaa come in because he's a left centre back? Or do you move Gomez in from right back to the left centre back area and play him there? And then, but who who do you put at right back? You can maybe move Curtis Jones back into the right back position. He can play the inverted role. That's an option. We've seen it before. Bajcetic, but I don't think he's going to make the squad, so he won't be able to do that role. So we're going to move him there because I do think he won't be in. This is providing all of these players are even fit. Some of them may pick up injuries and at the last minute and then be ruled out. Who knows? So it's interesting. Endo. Yeah, I mean, if McAllister comes off, what do we have to go there? Ryan Gravenberch. I don't think he's ready personally. In a game like this, nor is Endo. Does that mean McAllister plays the full game? Listen, he may get injured. If he gets injured and has to come off, we got to think of something, right? Which is why I feel like Endo will still be on the pitch. Sorry, not on the pitch, in the squad. But if Trent is fit, to have him on the bench, and the quality he possesses, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a huge no-brainer. But where does he go? Where does he come in? Honestly, where does he come in? We got 2 strikers, Nunez and Jota, 2 midfielders, Gravenberch and Harvey. And then we have 2 defenders, Kwanzaa, well, 3 defenders, Kwanzaa, Tsimikas, and Matip. Does Tsimikas miss out? Who do we play at left back if Robertson gets an injury and we don't have Tsimikas on the bench? Who goes to left back? Everyone's talking about Endo being the caretaker or the maintenance man or the James Milner, the Japanese James Milner. He ain't no Japanese James Milner. Listen, Klopp had ample opportunity to play him at right back or left back or wherever it is he played his position against Leicester in the cup, against in the Europa League. He didn't play him there, so he's not no utility man. So you need to get that out of your minds. He isn't no utility man. He's going to play as a DM, right, or somewhere across the midfield. End of story. He ain't going left back. He ain't going right back because you would have seen it as well. The other thing is like, don't tell me that Endo cannot, if he is decent at right back, can't do an inverted role, because he can, because he plays there, so he's fully used to doing it. Yet Klopp opted for Jones, right, and he opted for Bajcetic, because I think he believes that they are, I don't even know if they're more combative. It's strange the fact that he didn't opt for Endo in that role. It's really weird. Maybe I don't know, maybe he wanted to keep Endo fit. He didn't want to risk him. I don't know. It's a weird one, because I don't think none of those are any more combative than Endo is. One thing I do think, though, is when Endo's on the ball, I think he's probably a bit more forward passing. Like, he passes forward a lot more, and I think he likes to spread the play. He's a lot more, he uses the pitch better than I think Bajcetic and Jones do currently at the moment. He's more experienced. Yeah, so that could even be a thing. Maybe it's Kwanzaa that drops out, or maybe it's Matip. Maybe Matip drops out. Maybe Matip drops out. I honestly do not know. It's very, very, very difficult. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only allowed 9 on the bench, and Trent has to come in somewhere. It's very, very difficult. It's very difficult. So I really don't know what happens here. I'm gonna have to take it just to guess. That's if Trent's fit. I'm not sure if Trent is fit. I think he will. I think Trent has too much ability not to be. Even if you put him on a bench and he plays in midfield, it's like, you know, he comes on in midfield later in the game or something. We push him forward to try and score, create a goal. Or if we want something from right back in the second half, you know, we can risk it all and Gomez can come off, you know. Or maybe even Trent plays, you know, Szoboszlai and Trent. We go to a 4-2-3-1 and you have Szoboszlai and Trent or something. Trent just, man, I don't know, but it's he's creative, and we could do with him on the pitch creating something. I don't know. Maybe what, Robertson? No, Robertson. I mean, Trent ain't gonna play there. Why would Trent play there when he can play instead of Gomez? It makes no sense. It's just difficult. It's really difficult. It's really difficult. I mean, Gomez can play left back. Maybe Robertson comes off, Gomez goes to left back, and then Trent comes on at right back. However, it doesn't make sense because we still need someone to leave the bench so we can fit Trent on the bench, even if we are going to do that. But again, actually, I'm just trying to scrape for ideas. It doesn't even make sense. That don't make sense. Because probably, arguably, Robertson is more creative on the left than Gomez would be. So why would you take off Robertson to put Gomez there just to put Trent on the right? That makes no sense. So I'm really just flapping. Harvey Elliott. But then you got one midfielder on the bench. You can't do that. He has to be there. You can't have one attacker. We got to lose one of the defenders. One of the defenders has to be gone. If Trent is fit, one of them, surely it's got to be one of them. Matip, Kwanzaa, or Tsimikas. Matip, Kwanzaa, or Tsimikas. That's Does Klopp rate Kwanzaa more in this game than experienced Matip, or does he just say Endo, hold the bench, Endo? Someone he signs and had a good game against Leicester, you're saying to him, sorry, bud, you gotta leave this one out. Don't even make the squad. After you performed very well against Leicester, I can't see it happening. I don't know where this goes. I don't know. I kind of think Kwanzaa now. I kind of think Kwanzaa misses out if Trent is fit. And then Matip from experience. I kind of think that it might well be that. But in saying that, didn't Kwanzaa have a brilliant game against... Did Kwanzaa play against Leicester? I think he did, didn't he? Wasn't it Kwanzaa and Konate? Oh, guys. This is a difficult one. Maybe it will be Matip. Misses out. It's difficult because... It's difficult because if you drop... If one of the centre-backs gets injured, say Van Dijk, right, you bring Kwanzaa, right? And if it's Konate, you bring in Matip. And I think Kwanzaa is more likely to go right centre back and be comfortable. Then I've never seen Matip play left centre back. He never plays left centre back. I've never seen him playing, So if anybody's gonna go at the right centre back, it's gonna be Kwanzaa. No, sorry, at left centre back it'll be Kwanzaa, and Matip will come on and play right centre back. So let's just say Kwanzaa's not in the squad and Van Dijk, has to come off. Konate will move to the left centre-back position and then Matip will play right centre-back. I can't see Matip, in all the games he's played for Liverpool, going into Van Dijk's position and leaving Konate playing the right centre-back position. I can't see it. I can see Kwanzaa doing that. And if Konate gets injured, I can see, then you've got Gomez, Kwanzaa, and Matip. If Matip's not on the bench, I could see Kwanzaa being next to Van Dijk in that position, I can see that happening. And Konate, I think, is more likely to get injured than Van Dijk. So who's going to make the bench? It points towards Matip being the ideal replacement at right centre-back. Because Kwanzaa prefers to play left centre-back, although he can play in the right. But if we put Matip on the bench and something happens to VVD, then it makes more sense to have Kwanzaa on the bench. So we're going back and forth. And I actually don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I can't answer this. I'm just going to go on familiarity and what I feel could happen. Hopefully, touch wood, it doesn't. The more likely of the two to get injured is Konate, so therefore I'm going to choose Matip to be on the bench. To come in. No, sorry. Yeah. Matip to be on the bench to come in and play the right centre-back. You could also switch Gomez there and then take off Konate and bring on Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, which is also an option. And the reason why you can do that is because Kwanzaa wouldn't be in the squad. It'll be very interesting. I bet Klopp gets away with it because someone isn't making the squad. Someone's injured or something. And they don't make the squad, or someone's ill, or something like that. And then he gets away with it. I want to see him with this conundrum. And I want to see what he does. I want to see his bench. I really want to see who he chooses for the bench. If all the players are fit, if everyone's fit, I'm dying to know. It's one hell of a bench. It's so strong, it's so good. So I think that's the subs bench. They're the players that unfortunately have to miss out. That's providing Trent is even fit. If Trent isn't on the bench and he misses the game, then obviously we make the change back and Kwanzaa makes the bench. Yes. What else? Man of the match. Man of the match prediction. Well, they're hyping up Udoji, to shut off Salah. You know, Salah needs to get his goals up. He's kind of lagging behind. Diaz versus Porro. Interesting. Man of the match. Salah usually turns up against Tottenham. They are going to push up. Leave space in behind. Salah is due a blinder actually. This could be the game where he bags 2 or 3, maybe hat trick. Don't know. Salah does like a big game. I'm gonna go for Salah as man of the match. Yep, I think so. I think I'm gonna go with Salah as man of the match. Score prediction. Interesting. Aye. Score prediction. I'm gonna go with 4-2. I'm gonna go with 1-0 Liverpool, 2-0 Liverpool, 2-1, 2-2, then 3-2 Liverpool, and then a killer blow when Tottenham are pushing forward. 4-2 Liverpool. That's going to be my score prediction. Yeah, I think so. 4-2 Liverpool. Yes. Right, so I think that's pretty much the preview done. It's going to be a similar team to what Klopp puts out, I'm pretty sure. I want to see the bench. I really want to see the bench. And the crazy thing is when Thiago's fit, it's going to be even more. Like 2 quality players are going to be missing out. You know, even Bajcetic is good enough to be in the squad on the bench. Even Ben Doak is good enough to be on that bench, probably. You know, like you wouldn't. Maybe. Well, you see. It's weird because if Ben Doak gets 2 or 3 assists against Leicester from the way he played, everyone's looking at him like, you know what, yeah, he's worthy of the bench. Because he didn't, it's like we're looking at him and like, yeah, maybe he just misses out. But I don't know, I feel like he does have the quality. I see Tsimikas on the bench at the moment. Tsimikas, Endo and Gravenberch, and they ain't really, you know, set the place on fire at any point this season yet. And Ben don't look really, really good in the Leicester game. And he has looked good in pre-season and other games, to be fair. So, yeah. So all of those players, even Bajcetic, man, is probably good enough to be on the bench. So it's going to be, what a conundrum. Look at that. Those 4 players missing out, one due to injury, who definitely has a place in that midfield and on the bench. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. A lot of places at stake, man. It's going to up the performance of every single player. You know, it's good because when Thiago comes back, you know, McAllister's like, looking over his shoulder. You know, the thing is, Thiago can play in that role as well. So maybe Thiago plays in that DM. Imagine Thiago and McAllister and Szoboszlai. Oh my goodness sakes. Guys, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Or even Thiago and McAllister and Szoboszlai. Oh my God. It's going to be insane. Hell yeah. But listen, that's the preview. 4-2 Liverpool win prediction from me. So yeah, if you are watching the previews or anything or the full game post matches, I really fully appreciate it. Listen, it's nothing special here, but it's just my little opinion. As I said in some of my other previews or post match, it's literally, I used to have a nice crowd of fellow LFC supporters over the years. We used to go to the odd match here and there and stuff like that. We used to meet up at the pubs and bars and just, just talk Liverpool and catch up. I don't really have that around me no more, so it's nice to get online and, just vibe and kind of talk about it, even if it is to myself at the moment. But maybe somewhere down the line, someone want to jump in and have a little chit chat across the internet, whatever, about Liverpool, or, the comments start picking up and getting a bit more busier and a few more views. It's nice. It's not a thing where I'm just like, sometimes I don't even do a preview. I'm too tired or I'm just working, but it's just, I miss that connection with my lot. Yes, so of course on phone calls from time to time I'll vibe with them and have a little chit chat and stuff and talk about Liverpool, but it's a rarity. But yeah, so yeah, we just it's what it is. But yeah, hopefully we come away with the 3 points and then we'll be hot on City's tails. But yeah, guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, you never walk alone. I've been Red Mist, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Laters.